Hey there everybody, Eric from OUTER LIMITLESS coming at you today with another video. Now in today's video, I am on the road going on a quick little road trip here. I'm actually on my way to go meet with one of my viewers, one of my subscribers. So this is Joe. Joe is somebody who I've gone back and forth with now for a little while, number of weeks now. He's been a regular viewer of my channel for quite a bit. He's reached out and we've gotten into some really great discussions, and by the end of it figured that we were in reasonably close proximity to one of another, and we would get together and shoot some collaborative videos. So that is exactly what we're doing today. Now, Joe is on Instagram at Survival Attitude, so survival_attitude. He is a knife fanatic, somebody who really enjoys good quality blades, has an amazing collection, just some beautiful pieces. And for me, that's great. I'm really sort of a one-man band when it comes to the YouTube channel and my production and the different discussions that I've had on my channel. So to have somebody who's in reasonably close proximity, has that same sort of mindset and the same understanding of knives and blades and gear and outdoor activities and the love of the outdoor, it's just great to have somebody who I can collaborate with and sort of pick their brain, get a different perspective, and look at things in a slightly different manner. Now at this point, we have a whole bunch to talk to you about, number of things to share with you, and you'll get to meet Joe as well as myself for the first time. So if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what we're about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned. So as I mentioned, I am here today with Joe from Survival Attitude. What's happening, Joe?
Eric, great to see you.
So we've decided we were going to put together a small video series, kind of like a discussion. Now today we are going to get into this discussion, but we want to incorporate all of you. So if you have any thoughts or anything you want to weigh in on, please leave some comments below. The two of us are going to be checking in on these comments. We'll be getting back to you, giving you a little bit of our thoughts, a little bit of back and forth here. I think this is going to be a good discussion. What do you think?
I can't wait, I'm so excited.
So the first thing is, I wanted to bring you just a real little something, very small, but just a little token of my appreciation. So I brought you a little morale patch here and a little magnet for your fridge. I know you got stainless steel, so it might not stick, but you'll find a place for it.
I'll make it stick, and the morale patch is good. That's actually great. I'm lacking one, and I love the logo, Eric. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
That's awesome,
yeah,
dude.
Definitely.
Thanks, man.
Of course, of course. So today's topic, here's where we're gonna go with this. We have a nice fire back here. We're gonna have ourselves some coffee. Looking forward to that. But in the meantime, with our discussion here, the question is, what makes a blade great? Now, I'm not talking ergonomics necessarily. I'm not necessarily talking about manufacturing process. I'm just talking about this sort of holistic, big topic. What makes a blade great? Now, for me, maybe it's an emotional connection. Maybe it's what it's done for me or where it's brought me in my journey. What makes a blade great for you?
A blade great for me is very simple. No matter what blade I have at that moment in time, whether it's in the Jeep or it's in my pack basket, under my pillow, just kidding, it's happened.
Yeah, definitely.
Wherever it is, I know that it can do certain things for me, okay? Whether I'm comfortable with it or it's native to me, I know it's going to help me process that fire, cut some cordage, cut some food, get you out of a jam, you know? So I think it's more of a trust and a comfort knowing I have that tool, that one tool that if anything, I could help get myself, my family, my friends out of a jam. No, that's happened many a time. That makes a lot of sense, and I think that's really, for me, what has got me further and further into the outdoor camping and backpacking is just really, honestly, it started for me with the knife. It started for me with having that tool that I like to practice with it. I like to learn about it, understand it, figure out what it could do for me, what the limitations were.
and it did give me safety and security as I got further and further into, you know, backpacking, heading into the mountains. I knew for me, having that tool at my side was something that could keep me safe and provide good quality utility purpose.
Good call. That's a great call. Very true.
So what we've done is, we haven't talked about which blades we were going to bring here, but each of us picked 4 blades that for us have something great about them. Again, maybe it's not the manufacturing or the fit and finish, but a number of different things. So for me, I'm just gonna bust out my first one. The first blade that for me has definitely been great.
Okay, excited to see it.
So if you've been watching my channel, you probably realize that pretty much the start of it all and the first knife that really resonated with me, the SE6.
Yeah.
Hard to go without an SE6. Do you have an SE6?
Have a couple.
I have a couple. So I've only had one, but this is the one.
Yeah,
and
there it is.
This SE6 for me is what pretty much birthed my channel. Now,
I remember.
This is the first blade that, you know, I greatly trusted. This is the first blade I really started modifying. The nice thing to me about an SE6, the size, the capability, but also the fact that there's a lot of options out there. You can modify it, you can get different aftermarket parts, you can get different scales, you can change the way it feels. For me, I stripped the coating.
Yep.
I don't know if you can tell, but that's actually part of my logo that I acid etched in there.
Oh, that's cool. I see it.
See
yeah,
it
yeah,
there?
the tribal.
So, yeah, it's kind of that tribal tree.
Yeah.
I squared off a little section of the spine because these aren't that great off, you know, right off the get-go in its ability to spark a ferro rod. So just a little sharpness there.
Yep.
I've played with different scales. I also have a couple of different sheaths, but I've basically at this point only used the factory sheaths.
Yeah,
I've
they're
never
great.
gotten a Kydex, but you certainly could. So.
Yeah, you know what the nice thing is when you hold an SE, any of the line, 3, 4, 5, 6, Hungerless, they just feel so comfortable. It's not like, oh my gosh, that one's so different, like Genesis to GNS. You get a comfort level with any of the SE lines, and I've got a number of different scales for them, but at the end of the day, the factory scales, just like tops, they're very military oriented. They're not going to roll. You put them on the hood of a Humvee, it's going to stay there, it's not going to roll out, but it just feels so right. That choil is the perfect size, the quality is steel. You can't go wrong. My buddy Chris, maybe someday you know, he can join us on the channel, but he has bearing, he's got a number of different micros, he's got endless stuff, and his go-to is an SE6.
Nice.
Go-to.
You can't go wrong. You really can't. An SE6 is always going to be a safe bet for a beginner or for somebody who's advanced. It doesn't matter. Military, survival, backpacking, woodscraft, it doesn't matter to me. An SE6. And for me, that's what makes a great knife and makes this knife great.
Let's do the sheath.
So that's the standard sheath on a Molly back.
The Molly back.
Yep.
Love the nice brass, nice patinaed out here, adjustable, good little pouch on the front, all bolt on, easy.
Yep.
And the retention on the standard, whatever, thermoform plastic is perfect.
It's never been a problem. No. I've never worried about it falling out.
Nope. I just wish ESEE had a better warranty.
Yeah. Yeah, you've seen some of the knives that people have put claims in on, right?
That's also comfort right there.
Unbelievable. Yeah. So
nice rig.
So that was my first choice.
Nice rig.
All right. So I will I'll look to the side, right?
Okay.
You gotta dig one out.
Fine.
All right, so I'm gonna look to the side.
I want you to do this. Keep your eyes closed.
Yeah.
Put your hands out.
They're closed. Yep. Ah, interesting. Okay. Oh, there's no doubt in my mind. You can't mistake this knife, and I promise my eyes are closed. This is a Mora. It's got the, is that a fire steel? Yep. So it's probably a bushcraft.
It's actually the Companion standard.
Companion, really?
Standard.
Interesting.
$18.
Okay. Great choice. Obviously, okay, so you, another mod. That's what threw me, the sheath is what threw me off. That's really cool. I like how you did that. That's great.
You know, I thought about it. I've seen a bunch of YouTube videos on modding that sheath, In the end of the day, it's got to have a little bit of swing and forgiveness when you're sitting, getting out of the vehicle. So I just lopped off the standard plastic clip, took some old screws, piece of Kydex, just used a lighter, formed it on, and my kid's old backpack, and this thing is perfect now.
That's sick, dude. I like that.
Yep.
That came out great. So what makes the Companion great for you?
The Companion great for me is that in the end of the day, having a knife, I don't care if it's a garage station $5 special, but you know, something that is affordable, it's good for the masses, it's comfortable in all seasons, which we'll talk about, but from beginner to expert, you can't go wrong. I gotta tell you something, the Europeans know it well when it comes to lightweight, no frills, get it done. The Mora Companion will never let you down. And it's a blank canvas. If you don't have any high-end carbon bits, belt grinders, whatever, I mean, you could heat a nail and poke it through, okay? But I just used a little tiny chintzy drill, drilled it through, not this way, but this way. So my famous pinky lanyard,
yeah,
you can't go wrong. It's right there, right back in your hand.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
yeah.
So straight through. And the nice thing is, when you have the screws, if you go through the back like that, they give a little bit of extra retention to the rubberized. So, you know, it's really, that's locked in. And I've had this in very cold weather, very hot weather. It's never opened up or closed. So I swam with this knife, never let me down.
So is yours carbon or stainless?
I got the stainless one,
yep,
because I'm in the water a lot.
Yep. I
had a Mora Light My Fire that I used the standard clip. I thought it would go on my bathing suit very well. And then one day I dove off the back of my buddy's boat, and I came up and it was gone. Let me tell you something, my daughter and I both pretty much blew out our eardrums. We were probably 15, 20 feet plus skin diving trying to find that knife. No chance.
Oh man,
so
you needed a reflector.
I needed a reflector. I had to bring it up a little bit differently, but can't go wrong with any Mora. And to get you started, whether it's the basic or the Companion heavy duty, black, love Moras. I think every bushcrafter has a couple in their collection.
Absolutely. And actually, more than any other video that I have, the most polarizing video I have is my abuse test of the Companion.
Really?
Some people really loved it, and other people were horrified and just bad-mouthing me to the nth degree. It's a knife that, for me, allowed me to do some hard use testing, and I really wanted to see what this knife was capable of taking. And I had the carbon version, and broke it a couple times. And I'll tell you what, I've done up through video number 2. There's probably going to be a video number 3 on the abuse test coming up in not the near future, but you'll see it. So, Companion, absolutely a beautiful knife. Good choice.
Thanks.
For my next knife, it's time for you to close your eyes.
Oh, geez.
All right, close your eyes. Open your hands.
It's lightweight. Is it a knife? It's not a knife. Oh, dude. Come on. Is it made in Sweden?
Good guess.
Oh,
you're close.
I know.
Or exact.
I know that old clip. Yeah, I had one.
Yeah.
Can I open them?
You absolutely can.
All right. This is the is it the basic called the Mora?
This is the Craftline Pro S. So a little bit different, but interesting. And it's funny that you brought the Companion, because some of the things that you said about what makes a knife great is what I choose about this knife. So I did a video on this. Don't know if you recall, but if not, I will explain.
You got a lot of videos, Zerk. I got to go through the archive
That's
a
right.
little bit.
Yes.
Love the the blade guard here. It's just such a comfort feeling, and a little bit of shorter blade. You can really torque on it.
Yep.
You get the stainless version here.
Yep.
I'm a little colorblind. I think I may have mentioned that. Is that blue or purple?
It's blue.
It's blue.
Yep.
I tell you what, blue is so underestimated in the bush, because you're gonna find it. There's not many things natural to the ground. Okay, we get our brown, green, black knives, even orange with the fall. Good luck finding that out if you drop it.
Good point.
So very easily found. And Wow, what a great knife. The Craftline.
Yep.
Nice retention too.
So the reason why I brought this is actually my son's knife.
Oh, wow.
This is the knife that I gave to him to learn on.
Hmm.
So for me, this was the perfect choice. It's light, it's capable, it's safe because it has a finger guard.
Yeah.
It's got the right length blade, a quality sheath,
Yeah.
good retention.
Oh, yeah.
This is stainless, so you're not going to hurt it, you know, in terms of rust or anything like that, because who knows how well he'll take care of it. Now, I take care of it for him, but, you know, someday. And if he dings it up by digging it into rocks, which he has, if you look at all the little chips,
we've all done it.
That's his love. That's his work and his creativity coming out. And so this knife, to me, what makes this great is the fact that I can take this hobby, I can pass it on to my child, and he can learn and grow and do it under my supervision with a good quality tool. It's not going to break the bank. I can get him 10 of these and it's not going to break the bank. And this is something that if he wants it, he can have it forever, or he can use it and abuse it and learn and understand the same qualities about a blade that I've come to learn myself. So, and that to me is what makes this great. And you touched on some of that with yours, which is very cool.
Love it.
So, Mora's definitely great,
thumbs
right?
up.
Yeah.
Bushcrafted with
See that?
sticks
We're
hanging
perking.
out. We're parking.
Look at that. Boom, boom. So what are you saying? Are you saying it's coffee time?
We need about 5 more minutes of park.
Okay.
So you'll see the color get nice and dark.
All right.
And then we'll pull it aside and let it sit.
Awesome. A little steepage.
You got it, exactly.
So it's time for another blade.
Ready.
Blade number 2 for Joe.
Right,
What you got? What you got?
Let's get the
I'm
old
gonna
scroll out.
turn my head to the side. Am I putting my hands out?
You know what? Let's go with that. Go hands out.
I like it.
You're not seeing it, right?
I promise.
Keep your eyes closed.
They're closed,
I'm
yes.
wondering if you can guess it. You might have to pull it out.
Kydex. It's wide.
Yes, pancake.
I feel like it's a G10 with some. It's got a. I was originally gonna go with. Ooh. Man, the texture on the scales is what's throwing me off. I don't know if I know what this is. Hopefully it's not a double edge on it.
Nope.
It's like a dagger, and I'm like,
Nope.
oh, let's feel the spine.
I put a swedge on it, but I didn't sharpen it.
Yeah, it is swedged. I won't know what this is.
Take a look.
Huh. Okay, it's funny. Okay.
Unless you had one, you may not know.
I was going. No, I have one, and I was. I wish I said it out loud and said I was going to say a Becker, but the handles completely threw me off. So what are these? Knife Works or Knife Connection scales?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, and all right. So I was on to. I wish I said it out loud, but I didn't.
I felt you knew.
That's cool. This feels great. So what's the sheath? Where did you get this?
Well, a custom job. I did buy the knife secondhand on eBay.
Okay.
But I modified the heck out of it.
Yep. Wow, that's nice.
What I love about the sheath is high hip carry belt. Okay, USA clip. But with this little mod I put on here, dangle it up.
That's sick.
So
Dude, great idea.
2 ways to carry.
Oh, that feels nice too. They did a nice job with the sheath and the retention.
They
nice,
did.
Quick. Feels good. So what makes this great to you? What is it about it?
I think as you're getting into the outdoors or knives in general, you may want to up your end game a little bit from a Mora. Something a little bit more heavy duty, full tank construction, American made, but is a good size for just about anything. And this knife is, I think, also great for a beginner. I think it's great for an expert, but just the feel is amazing. I have medium-sized hands, medium to large, and no matter however you grab this knife, number one, you got a little bit of that, I guess, Ricasso blade guard there, so that's a good feeling.
Yeah, it is.
You got a nice sharpening cutout or choil, whatever, which I love. The jimping is mild, not overly aggressive, but it's got traditional bushcraft style, a little bit of a drop point, so it can do some digging and prying, and I actually really like this. You got a little bit of adjustable lanyard hole. Because I made the swedge on it, I didn't want that sharpened. I still want to be able to dig. Okay, but a little touch on the grinder, and I tell you something right now, this will cut you. This thing will throw sparks like that GNS. So, just a great knife, a good platform. You know, Aaron at Gideon's Tactical, he's talked about all the mods, and you know, Ethan Becker, K-Bar, what a marriage made in heaven. Great knife, not too heavy, get it done. It's not gonna let you down.
I mean, good steel choice. There's so many things, and I'm thrilled. This is the first time of me seeing the Knife Connection scales. This is the first one I've ever held with them. They feel great. I like the texture. It feels good. It's a little bit of like a ribbing.
Yep.
It was funny because with my eyes closed, it felt like it was dimpled.
Yep.
Like when because that's another really great knife topic alone. Close your eyes. What does it feel like? How does it connect with you? I mean, that's a pretty interesting philosophy in and of itself. I was gonna say I learned a lot from holding that. I was close to picking it. I was going to say a Becker, but the scales threw me off. But anyway,
your instinct, you knew what it was.
Yeah. No, that's killer, man. Great choice. Great choice. Okay, so for this next one, you don't need to close your eyes. I'm just going to bring this out and I'm going to tell a story. Because you're not going to know what it is anyway. Tell a story. So this knife here, this was made specifically for me. Now, made for me to review, made for me to help out a maker.
Oh, wow.
The guy who made this, his name is Thomas Hacker.
Okay.
So Thomas Hacker, in my opinion, is the guy to keep your eye on. Okay. If you followed, up and coming. If you know anything about dark timber knives, Peter Kohler, he's done very well for himself.
Who is Peter Kohler?
Just a question, might not.
I'll research him.
Just do a little, this to me could be the next Peter Kohler, in my opinion. Because the work is that good, because the craftsmanship's that good. Now, keeping in mind when this came to me, it was pristine. It's got my own patina and love on it at this point. But here we have a hand-forged knife. He makes the leather as well. But check that out. You should go back and take a look at my video on this knife. He has recently named it the Talon. He may have
I actually saw this.
He may have gotten a little help from me on that.
Really?
Name. So I'll take a little credit. I threw it his way. But this is his Talon.
I can't believe this.
And this is a just
freaking out
beautiful knife.
I literally just saw this on Instagram the other night, going through the wormhole, and when he had it just cut blank, I said the shape is amazing, Kohler inspired, but there is some definite differences here.
It is different. I think he's taken a little bit of crap from people saying that he was kind of, infringing on some of the design elements. What knife don't you, in a way?
Peter will tell you, if you watch him, he'll tell you he's adopted bits and pieces of different makers all over the world. And that's the joy of a knife. Listen, these things have been made for thousands of years, okay? Since someone took a rock out of the earth and melted it down, all right, and found the iron ore out of it, okay, it's up to the creativity, and in the end of the day, very few things are original. A car still has 4 tires, okay? And you're not infringing on the automobile maker, but you're putting your own personal flair and twist on it. So let me take a look at this here.
I mean, just absorb it for a second, and it's all handmade. I mean,
no,
insane.
There's no question. Absolutely amazing. I love. I don't know what the name of this is, but when they continue with the spine with a little bit of upswept, get all that thumb real estate and nice. Lock in. That thing locks in.
Dude, look at the grind. It's zero ground.
It's zero ground, but it's going into some sort of wedge up here, which is very unique. That'll crack wood like nobody's business. I don't know if that's a differential heat treat or just design.
That is actually Sanmai construction. So you're seeing the different layers of the metal. And that's a little thin layer of nickel in there to make it pop. Just that one little piece of nickel.
Okay. All right. Murray Carter, you may want to talk to this guy, okay? Because having that little extra piece of nickel in there, that gives it that pop. The handle scales, some sort of
I
stabilized
it's redwood.
tiger redwood.
Yeah.
With
a black micarta.
Micarta or G10 pins. I can't tell. They're probably G10.
I think it's the same as the
Is the liner?
Is the liner.
Okay,
yeah.
so
it might be G10 or it's G10 or micarta.
Yeah,
I'll be honest,
way.
I forget.
Yep. And enough of them too to hold it on securely. Holy mackerel. Oh, this is gorgeous. The recurve. Let me see that sheath. Does he make his own sheath or somebody else do
Yeah,
it?
he made these. Now, in full disclosure, he's gotten a lot better at his sheaths. I think we've talked about knife makers and their ability to make sheaths. This was obviously a learning process, but overall, it's pretty nice, pretty well welted. I like that.
Yep.
I like the shape, I like the style, I like
yeah.
the design. The stain work is great. Couple little rough edges, but other than that, man, I can't hold it back. I mean, this entire package is beautiful.
Let me take a look here. Sheath. Okay, a sheath's got to get the job done. It's recessed stitches. It's been wet formed, and so I call it wet hardened.
Yep.
He does have the nice rivet in there to hold it securely. Drainage hole came out great with the fold over welt. Nice coloring. Dangle dangle only, which is fine. You bring it down a little bit and you get, your 1.5 or 2 inch belt loop, but that's, you're learning. Let's just see. Nice send. Dude, that's honorable.
Isn't it?
It really is.
Isn't it?
Thanks, Eric. Thanks, buddy.
yeah.
Thanks.
Enjoy it.
Thanks,
Enjoy
man.
it.
You're the best. No, that's a sweet rig.
I thought you would enjoy this. I thought all of you would enjoy it. But what, again, makes this great to me is the inspiration. That's what this is. This is somebody who's this guy who's just living his passion and his dream to make things. That, again, like what makes a knife great, the idea that it can just draw that creativity, the passion, and the craftsmanship, and then it makes this connection where now I'm holding it and I've done a video on it and I've helped promote his business a little bit and help move him along, and now you get to see it and you go, whoa, like wait a minute, like maybe I should take another look at that thing. I mean, that to me, again, just a little twist on the theme, but another reason what makes a knife great.
Gotta follow him. That's epic blade.
Thomas Hacker, guys.
Thomas Hacker.
Keep an eye out, seriously. Which is funny because I can't say it, but he's on Fortune Fire tonight.
Bullshit.
Actually, maybe I can say that. He is on Fortune Fire
By the time
tonight.
this video airs,
by the time this video goes. So, yes,
Stop it.
actually, Thomas Hacker, Fortune Fire tonight. I was going to say I can't say anything, but by the time I get this video done, he'll have already been on. So hopefully you got this on your DVR. Hopefully I'm amazed. I can't wait to see how he does.
Go for it, buddy.
Dude,
take it home. Take it home.
Sick, right?
It is. Sand made with nickel. Oh my gosh.
All right, so you're up. What's
All
next?
right, let me see.
Close my eyes.
Close your eyes.
Okay. You are a Kydex guy, huh? I'm sure there's a good mixed batch. So, it's probably on. I feel like Nope. I've never held this knife.
Go with your gut.
It's thin.
See if you know the brand.
I mean, it could be aftermarket scales. Is there a choil? This is an ESEE.
Which one?
4.
Take another guess.
Really?
A little smaller.
3?
Ooh, you could be onto something.
This is the 3? What the hell? Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well,
it's my wife's knife.
dude.
Yeah.
You gotta bring something from your family.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. Okay. Cool. Killer. All right. So this is the 3. Yeah. I guess that makes sense now. I kind of revisit in my mind. I'm like daintily. I'm like, is there a choil on this? Let's go careful around that edge.
Yep.
But sick. All right. So aftermarket scales.
Yep. Also the knife connection.
Yep.
And then the extended, not the rounded, but the extended. Shouldn't like the shortness, so you get a little bit extra purchase on it.
Interesting.
Probably why you thought of,
I didn't know that existed.
Yes.
I didn't even realize.
Yep,
oh, that's
amazing
cool.
design.
Ah, that's smart. I like that. Okay. So, your wife's knife.
Yep.
Talk?
Yeah, so you know, she's not going to use it at the capacity I do, but she uses it in the garden, landscaping, does the work. She's had this thing in mud. She's dug trenches for potted plants and things. And I come home and I go, could you at least have rinsed it under the water or something? No, it's my job, right? So this thing has seen its share of dirt and grime. And, you know, one funny story is that, so this sheath, I tell you, I don't know who makes them for Survive Knives, the GSO series, but these things are amazing. I think they're 0.96 Kydex, super thick. I love the fold over, a little bit of flex, okay? And if you warm up just this area a little bit, and I use a lighter really from a distance, no wind, no breeze, but bring it slowly and just start pressing. It's gonna conform a little bit. Yep. Send it home, and that is no rattle, no roll. Right. Okay. Right. And so I come home one day and this thing was so chewed up. I sanded it down a little bit. I go, hon, what did you do with the sheets? She goes, you said it was really durable. I could pound steaks in the ground with it. I go, really? I mean, she did. Just a little sanding, but
she's badass, huh?
She is. She's tough.
Nice,
and,
nice.
So this is her rig, and
that's awesome, man.
I love it. I tell you what, I don't care about the color. There was a whole movement with a number of different states to make pink the safety color, replacing orange for hunting season. Very true. And it got shot down probably because of biases, which I think is ridiculous. But pink is a color you're not going to often see in nature. It's easily found, but in the end of the day, those knife connection extended scales on the SE3, I use this knife a lot too. I love it.
You know what I really like, and it's really, I think, a personal preference thing, but what I like is the gray or tan blade. That's like the desert tan, right? Yeah. And I like that pop off of this. I think if it was black, it would be cool, but this combination's completely different. Yeah. So you get that sort of like 3 different tones with the tan, the pink, and then the black on the bolts there. Definitely looks really cool, and you can tell this thing is used. I mean, there's, you know, it's got dirt, you know, you can see just that coating wearing off. You've obviously stropped it a million times because it's starting to kind of convex that edge. And if you looked at my ESEE, it had been stropped so many times that it's literally completely rounded out. There is literally like no V to it anymore. It's like a rounded edge. But, I mean, but it's still sharp. And I think in a way that actually helps a little bit with some batoning. It kind of strengthens the edge a little bit.
It does. So, it definitely does.
Definitely awesome. So cool. So I mean, I'm glad that you're, you know, bringing something kind of close to home. You know, it's a resonating theme, and again, just another reason, you know, something that makes a knife great.
Thanks. Cool. All right. So
coffee time.
It's coffee time.
Nice. So I knew we were having a little bit of coffee today. I brought this airbrushed mug from Thrash and Clang. This is some work that he does. It's just beautifully done. I just thought it'd be cool for you to actually see this in person. He does this just gorgeous powder coating and also Cerakoting. This one is in powder coat. Look at the detail on that thing.
Yeah, I watched that video. Absolutely amazing fellow. Veteran, thank you for your service, buddy. And the level of detail, the craftsmanship, just the creativity. There's a lot to this, okay?
More than you think, right? Now that you see it,
much more than you think.
Right.
This is awesome, just amazing.
Isn't that pretty?
Thrash and
Clang.
Thrash and Clang.
Yep. Tack.
That's cool.
Little bit of a vulgar edge to the guy, but man, I mean, good sense of humor. Great guy. Amazing, beautiful attention to detail. Just excellent work. So.
No question. Oh, thanks for showing me, Eric. Yeah, any type of you know, human element, artistic creativity, small business.
That's right.
I'm all about, and to have your logo on here with such detail, solid cup too.
Yeah, nice.
That's really awesome.
Yeah, thought you'd enjoy seeing that.
That's a good relationship. I'm glad you found that.
Sure. And I figured again, just another reason to have some coffee. Take a quick peek. You got your
I may have a knife.
Do you have a knife?
I may have a knife.
Nice.
Always resheath your blades.
That's right. The box in a box, man. There's nothing better than a box in a box.
You know, and then I'm sure there's a third box. Unbelievable. Oh man.
You needed a mug.
I'm not sure where it's made. Big bonus. Eric, so this morning I texted you and I said, hey, you know, if you have any coffee cups, bring them, because I got a bunch of Disney cups and stuff that, you know,
looks good on film.
Looks great on film.
Yeah.
And you threw me some slack. You're like, dude, I can't. I got enough going on. I got to get the 5 batteries charged, this and that. And yet you delivered. This is some serious. Let me first read, as Mom always taught me, read the card first. This piece was handcrafted by skilled potters in Wisconsin. It is 100% lead-free, food safe, and can be put in a microwave, oven, or dishwasher. Sunset Hill stoneware mugs can be found all across America. Look for our handmade pottery in breweries, coffee shops, museums, national or state parks, love it, resorts, and more from coast to coast. Handmade in America in an eco-friendly, employee-safe facility using green initiatives. All right, this is fantastic. Nice business card in there. You know, so you brought yourself a coffee mug.
That's
Great.
right.
I guess I'll use the Disney mug. Thanks, Eric.
You got it. Yes.
You're the best.
I just thought you'd like to see it, but now that
Is this this isn't for me, is it?
Of course it is, man. Enjoy.
Dude, come on, man. Come on.
All right.
This is awesome.
Isn't that pretty? They do beautiful work.
I'm not sure if we have any coffee to put in it though.
Should we test it out?
I think we should test it out. Hold the mug.
Woo!
Woo-wee. Could be some strews. Fill you up?
Yeah, please.
All right. Woo!
Nice. Smells
This
good.
is some leaded camp coffee.
Excellent.
You're gonna enjoy. That mug is sweet. Both are incredible.
Pretty awesome, huh?
Both are just amazing.
So I'll tell you, I mean, with all the products that I've been kind of trying to come up with, I'm really looking for the best of the best. Like, I don't want any corners cut. Like, they all have to be the top of the line, in my opinion.
I've learned, okay, you know, you can maintain certain things, they can fail on you when least expected, but at the end of the day, we work hard, we take care of our families, we support other families, and if they put pride in their work, I feel good using it. And listen, this is some thick stuff, okay? This is not your chintzy offshore. I'm nothing wrong with the global economy, but at the end of the day, it takes great pride to do this eco-friendly, to be artistic enough to get this in here. This is not a sticker or decal done on a mass-produced mug. This is for real, dude. This is for real. This is a nice piece. I've been looking for a good coffee mug, handcrafted with this type of ceramic. I almost pulled the trigger a couple weeks back, but the ceramic was too thin. It would break in my hand. I know it, if I drop it in the bush, it's gonna crack. This is gonna get the job done. My first cup of coffee of the day too, by the way.
Don't burn your lips. This stuff's hot, right?
It's not just that, it's leaded.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Thanks, man. Well, enjoy.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers, buddy.
Freaking unbelievable. Thanks again for the mug.
Yeah,
Just
man, enjoy it, please.
Amazing.
Good. So now that we got a little Java,
Yeah.
getting the fire kind of reworking here,
Yeah.
I think we have one more blade to talk about. So I'm gonna start, I think, with the story before I show you the knife this time.
Okay.
So this knife, when you look at it, you're just gonna look at it and it's gonna go, yeah, it's cool, it's a nice knife, like, I understand. The reason why this knife is great to me, I was shocked at the performance.
Oh, wow.
It just blew me away. Like, so that's the thing. So some knives, they're deceiving, right? You get them in your hands and you're like, oh, this is gonna be good, and I like it, and I kind of gravitate towards it, but how's it gonna perform? This knife here, to me, was an amazing, amazing performer.
Okay. Well, should I close my eyes? Could I recognize it?
Well, this is interesting. You might think you recognize it, but I can tell you that you won't.
Let's do the eyes closed thing for a moment.
Okay.
I'm excited. I don't think I'm gonna get it.
Okay.
Amazing performer.
Yes, surprising, amazing performer.
Got some kydex. We're going here with Scout Carry. All right. Okay. Also made in Sweden?
Maybe.
Aftermarket sheath. I believe. Yeah. Wait a second here. Wait a second. Hold on. Jeez, I'm wanting to guess Fallkniven.
Oh, did you now?
I'm wanting to, but what model? Wait a second. Is this, this isn't an S1, is it? Show up my eyes.
This is awesome. You went right where I wanted you to.
Time out. I've been wanting one of these forever and a day. Literally forever and a day. And I don't understand why more people haven't, you know, reviewed them. And I can't believe it. You're freaking me out, dude. Jaktkit?
Jaktkit, yeah.
Yep,
yeah.
Okay, and this is, okay, first of all, this is serious equipment, all right? And we talk about, and the company, as you know, got some press because it's a Fallkniven. End of the day,
it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. And let's be real.
Again, talking about design elements that worked for one brand, but somebody puts their own spin on things. It's similar to what we were saying about Thomas Hacker.
Yep.
No, he's not taking people's ideas. He's taking things that work great and making them his own or making them better.
Yep.
And that, to me, is what this knife is.
Oh my gosh! And their kydex.
Isn't it amazingly nice?
This is absolutely.
You're like licking your lips, literally.
We got to cut the video short because they need to order it right now, and they're reasonably priced too.
Yeah,
for
this is the
getting.
VG10,
This
which
is VG10.
I'm incredibly blown away at the performance of this VG10. Look at the edge. That edge is beautiful.
The grind marks, that almost like a full convex.
It is,
flat.
and that is what you get with this Jaktkit. It is its own blade geometry. There's really not another knife, from what I can tell, out there with the exact same type of grind. It's almost a proprietary grind.
It is very proprietary in its nature, in the knife in a whole, and I couldn't agree with you more. Bark River does have something similar, I believe, but not like this. This is amazing. We're dealing with real kydex here. The drain hole, I forget what these are called. I just call them the cutouts.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe I brought this, and I can't believe your reaction. That's awesome.
Freaking out. I'm freaking out. I went to these. Oh, I love the dimple too. I do that in a lot of my, because you know, it holds it in.
Look at how well this is thought out. That's the thing. They put as much research into their kydex and development into their kydex as they did the knife itself.
They really did. You know, that's heat pressed into the logo, which is never going to wear off. This is honestly a 10 out of 10. It truly is. Just the heft.
Well, again, this might not be the best for the two of us. We're going to end up spending a lot of money. Well, the good thing is, if you want to borrow it, you can borrow it. You don't need to spend the money on it. No, buy yourself one. You should.
You know, I got to get into the whole knife trade business, but Eric, take it from me, because it's all. I remember when the company came on the scene. I knew there were some things that, like, not better, but different. A little bit thicker, a little bit more robust. On this size blade, I like the blade guard better. It's thicker, it's sturdier. The flare is amazing. But really, and we'll talk about it.
Little palm swell
there. Yep. But the big thing for me is, it's not just the knife. It's the way the knife is carried and the sheath. This sheath is off the chart. I can't take it. It's honestly one of the most well thought of, factory included, sheaths I think I've ever seen.
I agree.
Ever seen.
Very nicely done.
It doesn't come with the tech lock, does it?
Put that on. I can't remember, and I wish I could.
It doesn't matter. The mount is perfect. It's not going to stick out too much or too little. multiple options, lashing points.
I think it comes with a back that allows you to put another retention on them.
Really?
I think so. I forget. I've had this for a long time.
You've had it for a while.
Yeah.
And I can't stand when makers, they don't put enough meat on the bone. You got to have a nice, you got to have it well protected. This is not going out. There was absolutely zero rattle, zero roll. If you're hunting, okay, to have that nice silent,
It is silent.
is critical.
Yes.
I hate to say it, even for operators, when you have that snap, listen, it's a wonderful feeling, okay? It gives us the fizz, as some of you YouTubers might say. But that is...
And they do a lot of work with military. So to your point, you know, having that. And the military version's all blacked out.
I've seen that, yeah.
Sick, dude. Sick.
Oh, that's next on my list. Next on my list.
Not a T17.
Well, that's a Grail knife. I've got different buckets for everything. Dang it, dude! Why didn't you show me that?
Sick, right?
Oh, beyond sick.
Let me pause.
Bastard. All right, are we up for dang it?
Last but not least in this segment, man, we got one more to talk about.
All right. All right. You don't need to do the eyes closed. Maybe if you want to lift the shades for a second, I want to see your expression.
Sure.
This company has deep rooted U.S. military history, and there is a abbreviation for this knife. I forget what it is. I have my own for it, and I think it is so fitting. Aftermarket Kydex, of course, some minor mods, and it fits a gap. So ESEE, okay, I think everybody will talk about it, but you go from the 4 to the 5, there might be something in the middle that we desperately need. This company fits that mold, and I want to see if you
4.5?
Maybe
Good
a
call. 4.5.
Let me see if you feel the same way.
So Ontario?
Yes.
Okay. So obviously similar lineage to ESEE.
Yep. Nice
aftermarket Kydex. It's got that carbon fiber look, which I greatly enjoy. I have actually done some of that as well. So this is a tech lock style, but you got that sort of quick connect there, which is nice. So that pops out. That's sweet.
Dot lock.
And then,
love them.
Is that what this is called? The dot lock?
Yeah.
And it's got the lock on there.
Phenomenal.
So, yeah, it seems to be very nice. I have a couple of these. I haven't used them too much because I do use the tech lock generally, but fire steel. And let's see. So you're saying it's in between.
I think.
Bam. Oh, okay. The tack.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Okay,
Love
nice.
it.
I'll tell you, they make one of these in 154 CM, and it's a special edition.
Yes,
and I've watched and watched, and I've like almost bought them and haven't quite. So I'm glad to have this in my hands now. My buddy Will, who I actually do a lot of hiking and backpacking with, his first sort of camp knife is the tack.
Really?
So very interesting choice. Little custom work here. Did you do that yourself?
Just some little drummer work, give a little bit of grip in the belly. And I did, if you notice, feel the weight. These things are really heavy handle heavy. I hollowed that. I was going to say, because yours feels very balanced. Skeletonized that thing right out.
And you did your pinky lanyard?
Of course.
So, yep. Oh, and it's actually the perfect, I mean, my hands are probably similar in size.
I think
just about the same. So, yep. So, nice. So, do you find as though that choil is an actual, do you use it as a finger choil?
No,
you can.
I don't. I don't necessarily know the reason, but, you know, you're going to put your, just right here, a little bit of fine work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not afraid of the blade.
No,
getting
not at
up
all.
that close doesn't bother me.
No, and I have knives that have really small choils that have drummeled them out nice, and they fit great, but this knife, I gotta tell you, I don't know what the heck it is. I've had this in kiln dried hardwood, and I have pictures I sent my buddy Chris. This thing was bent like 15 degrees. I couldn't get the knife out, and I said when I extract it, it's gonna have some memory in it. It's
do you
gonna
know,
be bent.
are these 5160 or 1095? Do you know?
I think it's probably like a 1070. I don't remember.
We'll annotate that below. I'm curious because 5160, if it's spring steel, would tell me why that thing's going to bend all the way over. 1095 is pretty forgiving too. I mean, you can bend 1095 over quite a bit.
Yep. Full flat grind. Not full flat. I should say flat grind.
Yep.
Okay. And as this coating wears, I could tell you right now.
That was the factory coating, and you've just beat through it.
Beat on this thing for years. When that thing wears out, I tell you right now, without even touching it on the grinder, that will throw a spark.
Yep.
That's a really good 90-degree angle there. I forget what that stands for. I call it tactical adventure knife, because that's what it means to me.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah,
I like
it's
that.
got the tactical roots, because Ontario, as we know, very basic, almost like an ESEE type handle. But in the end of the day, good size handle, great blade. Again, if there was an ESEE 4.5, Tack's got it covered. And and I love the Kydex. This got this one here for fold over. Nice drainage hole. I did a little different type of mod in the fire steel. I tucked it behind the dots lock, just to keep it a clean, kind of clean look. And then most of my fire steels on my knives I haven't used. They're just there for emergency. Knowing that they're there, plus it looks badass.
No, I mean you have your primary one and you have it with you, and it's nice to keep your sheaths fully outfitted, and that's clean. It fits well. It's in the perfect spot. It doesn't get in the way.
Nope.
It's nice to have it there. I like that it's got that little Kydex wrap on it. Yep. So what did you buy this aftermarket? With the sheath or separate? And added? Yep.
Separate. You got your maker that you're following, and I tell you what, there's nothing better than following a maker when they're just getting started. I've followed many makers over years that have changed directions in their life. But when there are some that you just know, and I have one, is it okay to give a shout out?
Oh, of course, absolutely, please.
This guy, veteran Marine, okay, Semper Fidelis, all right. Kyle Taggart over at Mora Knife and Tool. I have to tell you, he's blowing my mind. There are just some makers that connect with you. I guess in 1985, excuse me, there was like registered something like 5,000 independent custom knife makers from the U.S. Census. Today, there's like 60,000, and I think that number could be way higher.
Oh yeah.
All right, so it is blowing up. Kyle, I love you, buddy. I could do a whole series with Eric on a couple of knives I have from you. But check out his Instagram, Mora Knife and Tool. He makes these. He's got a couple different socket holes, so they'll fit just about any configuration. And I think one day I'm like, Kyle, just send me like 8 of them. And so I've mounted all different ways with all my knives. I even have one on my keychain. I didn't use that. I just use it loose, and he's great. So, but Ontario Attack. Will not let you down. Yeah,
if you could sum it up, I mean, what is it that's concise that makes this knife great?
I think just a deep-rooted Ontario, World War II, alongside with Union Cutlery Company, K-Bar. You get those deep military roots. And this knife, I think, is so unique in the fact that it's crossing that military, yet survival adventure, bushcraft even of sort, that out of the gate with the quality micarta, it's also a blank canvas. I used the Dremel. It took me 10 minutes. I got in here with that grinding wheel and I just notched out perfect. I took maybe a couple grams out and really balanced that knife out perfectly.
Yeah, it worked.
Simple scallops, easy. And then this will fit a million different sheets too. Okay, so I just chose this one here. Boom to the boom. And this whole setup, by the way, even with Kyle's custom fire steel, probably $100.
I know it. The value is incredible. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good choice. Good choice.
Thanks, buddy.
So I have to say, altogether, we've looked at some pretty amazing blades. But more amazing than the blades themselves, it's the actual connection. It's the reason why behind these knives they are great. What they mean to us, what they've meant about the craft, our hobby, our adventures, our safety, our security. You can go on and on and on about these knives. But I mean, we picked 4 each. there are so many knives that meet all these categories, and that's the thing. So what about you guys? I mean, what knives resonate with you? What do you think about our choices? What do you think, you know, what do you think about what I picked and how they resonate with me, and for Joe and what they mean to him? But what do these knives also mean to you? What would your choices be? Pick your 4. Throw them in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you'd pick and why. So throw some comments out there. Let's get a little back and forth going on this.
I think that exchange is great. You know, again, this is completely organic. I came up with some ideas. Eric came up with some ideas. We're gonna mesh them eventually, but to keep it organic and not knowing what those 4 choices were, even if it's one choice, okay, what knife do you have? What knife do I have? I'm just getting started. Or I've sold my collection because I've had to pay the bills. We've all done it. What did you end up keeping? What did you buy back? What does your son or daughter have? What did grandpa give?
Good point. That's right.
What knife did you buy your wife? What knife did your wife buy you? What knife did you hide from your wife?
Yeah.
Okay?
One?
One.
Yeah.
Just the one. Just the one. All right. So,
I've been busted too many times.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I end up bringing them to cook my dinner, and she's like, "What's that one? I haven't seen that one yet."
yeah. The standard comment was, "Megan, that's been in a safe for years."
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your standard comment?
Right. What's your cover up? What's your cover up? Blade HQ did a video about knife addiction that was so funny. You got to dig it up. It's not that old, and they're hiding. The guy's got the shakes, and the package comes in. He runs to the door. It's absolutely great. But also, you mentioned another point is that it's not just that connection that you may have with the knife. It's the connection with either the company, the history like Ontario, the manufacturer, like some of the custom makers we mentioned today. You want to see them succeed. You want to see them enjoy their work in somebody else's hands.
Yes.
There are those makers who make just for themselves or their family. I know a couple of them, but there are others who are trying to get a company going and really need that feedback, that constructive criticism, so they can get better and they can get their company where they want it to be. So good comments there, Eric. Definitely.
Overall, just a great conversation. That was fun, man. And hey, good coffee.
Great
good
coffee.
Conversation.
Great cups.
And we're looking forward to hearing from you guys. So, hey, video number 1.
All right.
Well done, buddy.
Nice job, dude.
Thanks, man.
Great job.
So, all right, guys, there you have it. Quick conversation with Joe from Survival Attitude. Good overall conversation. Some beautiful blades. And I hope you really enjoyed that. So, thanks for coming by. That's a little change in the mix there. And,
yeah,
hopefully the start of some great things.
I love your channel. Been a fan since the beginning. We definitely connected in a couple different ways. But in the end of the day, there are those group of people that have that passion, that desire, and that's the joy of, let's say, YouTube. It's a platform to find common interests, to learn about things. And there were some knives that I've dreamt about that he brought along today that right there, no cost to me, I got a chance to hold, and maybe we can demo a little bit. We got to stoke that fire, buddy.
Yeah,
I don't know what we did wrong there, but great to talk to you today, and look forward to further conversations.
You better believe it. So, all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. Hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. We'll see you soon.
Real soon.